my actual first time streaming a D&D game, not just on the channel, just in general. Oh, now I remember another thing I kind of forgot. Just maybe that I should probably send you guys the channel. Probably doesn't matter that much. From where am I hearing Discord noises? Because that's not my own. Mine are definitely on mute. But yeah.
Then it will be probably mine. How do you mute Discord sounds?
I guess technically you can just manually put on streamer mode. That would work. That always like disables all the notifications. You can also go like to in the options just to notifications and go for like sounds and disable the message sound. Yeah. Oh god, I have no idea how to begin this. Am I beginning this by introducing something to the viewers, or let me just set the scene. We are our adventure begins in a little mining town called Fernsville, where our adventurers, or you guys, have accepted oh god, why am I blanking out right now? Oh, this is so awkward. Where you guys have basically accepted the role of guarding a merchant's wagon on his way to a city called Berg, where he is delivering ores. Do any of you guys have particular questions about the situation?
So we're escorting someone, we're escorting like what are we escorting again?
To basically a merchant's wagon who's transporting ore from a small village to a nearby city called Berg.
Okay. Yeah, I have no other questions then.
Who are the main inhabitants of this town?
It's mostly just humans. It's a very small mining town, like around 20 souls.
Any distinctive landmarks?
Yeah, there is a landmark called the Jester's Rock, where I guess you wouldn't know why it's called that. It's just a major rock, basically in the middle. And probably have to ask the inhabitants about it if you wanted more information.
We're also just met in terms of knowing each other, because I don't believe that we are acquainted with anybody else, right?
Yeah, if you didn't say anything about each other, if you haven't made any plans for knowing each other, your characters don't know each other.
Well, yeah, it's totally fine by me. All right.
So maybe that would be the point where you could introduce how your character looks and who they are. Like, yeah. Should I pick who should start, or does anyone want to go first?
I mean, if nobody wants to go first, I can be volunteer, I guess.
Yeah, then you go first.
All right. So this guy is obviously a half elf with pointy ears, and he doesn't wear that much armor, only just an army doublet, which is successfully hidden by a lot of very fancy clothes he wears on top of it, and a very ornate cape. But what you do notice, and what is immediately noticeable, is the tattoo on his forehead. And this tattoo on his forehead in the form of the eye is an indication that he's either is or wants to become a knight enchanter, which are a special brand of military that specialize in raids southward to um, the lands to the lands where cultists who support demonic incursions live. And yeah, basically whenever he casts any spells, and you know this because it's a known fact, this tattoo glows with the color of magic representing the school of magic he's using at this time. He also wears a rapier and dagger. Uh, Not quite powerfully built, very very frail actually. Um, Long black hair, small, very well groomed goatee, and dark brown eyes. Nothing too fancy apart from this tattoo that immediately indicates that he is probably not the guy to be messed with. Yeah, who will be next? Who wants to be next?
Yeah, then you go next.
Well, um, the my character is seemingly human in appearance, average height, average build and weight. Um, he has long black hair, fair or Caucasian complexion, and he's dressed in simple robes that are a mix from blue, gray, and white. Um, he's wearing he is a bit frail. He does not seem to be very strong, but is moderately hardy. He has a quarterstaff that's quite ornate, um, and he also has a small ring with a little gemstone in it. For the rest, you see that there is a big. He is carrying around his in a kind of a bandolier a big tome of something, and he has a rucksack with different stuff in it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go next.
Yeah.
So there's a girl. She's sitting there very prim and proper. She has she's quite small build. She's quite short as well. You can tell she's an elf. She has long, perfectly kept purple hair. She's wearing like stars and moon earrings. She also has a bow in the back. She also has a gold necklace on, and you can see her carrying a lute in her hand. A lyre, even. Sorry. She's carrying a lyre in her hand as well. And she's kind of sitting there, like, observing you guys.
Yeah, and then yeah, at last you, Umbra.
My character is a Goliath. He has a pale complexion, he has no hair on him, but his body is covered in scars. And of course he is a rough-built character. He is obviously large, seeing as he's Goliath. He has green eyes, and he has tattoos across his body relating to his tribe. The most predominant is, of course, a black wolf tattoo that crosses over his arm onto his back, with the mouth going over to his forearm. He, of course, has not really that much clothes on, except for the bottom half of his body, seeing as he is a barbarian. On his back, you can see 4 javelins, 2 great battle axes, and a great sword, all sheathed in their sheaths. And he is extremely quiet and is not really having conversations with any of the other characters or people around him.
Okay. With that, the wagon. I'm assuming you're all sitting or standing or whatever on the wagon, but it slowly sets into motion, and you may talk among each other, like, or introduce each other in character. Now, if you want.
Merchant's name?
What did
What's
you
the
say?
merchant's name? What's the merchant's name?
Oh, the merchant's name.
Yeah.
The merchant is called Sir Ferdinand Fletcher.
Ferdinand Fletcher. So I assume that there is a time that we should just get there and then start leaving. So, as soon as I see him, I'm just waving at him. Hello, Ferdinand. So let's get it done with. I need to get to this town that you're heading, and I'll be glad to make some money while doing that.
Yes,
Glad we could help each other.
the wagon is already in motion. If there's no reason to tire out the horses at the start of the journey, so we'll be just keeping up this pace.
All right, all right. I assume we just can just walk instead of sitting in the wagon, right?
Yeah, you can just
Okay, I
walk on the side.
I take the back of the wagon basically as the convoy is heading in front of me. I slowly walk behind the convoy, just keeping to myself, not really saying anything as I walk.
Are we sitting or is the room that we can sit or must we walk?
There is room to sit between the orc crates. The wagon is not fully loaded because it would be too heavy for the horses otherwise.
Okay.
Mm,
Well, my character would be having some, or at least trying to have some small talk with anyone who wants to talk with him and listen to him. And he would be going on about simple things like the weather or the journey, basic conversation topics.
okay. My character's she's kind of like leaning up against one of the walls.
One walking?
She's leaning up against like the side of the carriage.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So, on the wagon, there's also the merchant's assistant, who's currently asleep. He's basically going to take over like the wagon at night. So that's why that's kind of pre-sleeping.
well, my character is kind of like in the silence. She kind of goes, "So we're not a very talkative bunch, are we?"
Oh
Is
well.
what is it that you want to talk about?
I don't know. We just have one guy going on about how good the weather is in here. Thought we would, change the pace.
Um, I'm not very good at conversations, just throwing it out there. Also try to not pay much mind to the weather, because as soon as you do, it's just annoying as hell when it changes. And he's just gonna scan the area all around, trying to give off the tough appearance of the soldier. You know that he's a former soldier.
From the back of the convoy, you, my character, say, "Who has some good stories to tell?" I bet a lot of you have a good story to tell between you.
The bard very, very keen look.
Oh shit, we have a bard.
She stares right back at you.
Well, seeing as you guys are quiet, I'll tell you the story about how I slayed a great wolf in a plain not that far from here, to be honest. It wasn't that long ago. Me and one of my friends went out hunting in the evening, and between a few ales and a few women, we decided to just travel out in the woods in search of a beast that's been haunting and taunting a nearby farmer, and of course his beautiful daughter. And though things didn't seem too interesting at first, we headed down into this valley, and there in the moonlight sky we saw the great beast. A beast as large as I am, with eyes as gleaming as gold, and teeth as red as blood. It didn't take us long to be recognized, well, seeing as we're two Goliaths just standing there in the meadow. The wolf charged at us. My friend had fortunately did not have his weapons with him, as he was too drunk to realize it at that point. I had to take my greatsword and swing at the wolf. Unfortunately, I cut off my friend's finger, as my coordination at that point was not too good. And, well, long story short, my friend is now 2 fingers missing, and the wolf, well, the pelt is now hanging around my waist.
When I was in the army, we would hunt. Sometimes we would hunt cultists and pirates. One of the warlords had the nickname Blind. Uh, Basically, he got it because he could just slay his uh allies, and then he would just pay the compensation to his family or friends. Aren't you related?
We do not talk about wars, my friend. Wars and I do not have a good history with one another. Just look at my body. The history of war is written all over it. You want to speak to me about war? Just keep passing in search for better company then.
Wow.
Well, it's yours. Well, if I have a story to tell, I'm afraid it wouldn't be that lustrous as yours. I'm coming from a rural village, and well, we had agriculture, of course, but my childhood and my adolescence went fairly well. I did had a or I developed around puberty the ability to use magic, and I got taught by a wizard who took me under her tutelage. And well, sometimes I'm getting visions, images, dreams of things that were, or things that are, and things that are to be. And recently,
Interesting, mage.
well, I am indeed a mage, or at least that's what my master told me when I graduated. Although I am by far not as powerful as she is. Um, but recently, I also, let's say that I've been contacted contacted by another being.
How interesting.
Have you heard of the
I mean,
almighty Catfish of Wilston? Praise be its name.
I once ate a catfish that gave me wisdom of the bowels for a few days.
I don't eat fish.
yeah, I met a lot of fish, but none of them could have such a resume.
Well, I haven't got any stories, so
Are you really?
A
That's
beautiful
really
woman like
strange.
you. I don't believe that for a second.
why would I tell people stories of me if I just met them?
It doesn't necessarily have to be stories of you. All of us have heard great stories of warriors, thieves, assassins over our years. You must at least know a good story.
Hmm. But like, I don't know. Stories are a waste of time.
So, if none of you want to say anything specific, then we'll just say you keep talking while the journey continues for a day and a night without any incidents as you start seeing the city on the horizon. It's currently pretty early in the morning. Some of you might still be asleep.
Hmm. Can
Quick question. Where would the Goliath sleep on a caravan?
I mean, just on the wagon. It's not the nicest place to sleep, but it's a place to sleep.
I awake looking at the city on the horizon and say, looks like our short journey is almost at an end. I'm glad to have met a few people on the journey. Well, even though some of them are more quiet than others. I just stare at the elf looking at and just say, more quiet than I would like to admit.
Well, I guess the horizon is pretty majestic.
Not as majestic as you, my fair lady.
Yeah.
Anyways, how long until we are in the city? Or the
Yeah.
town?
Almost exactly as you asked that. The merchant's assistant currently at the not steering wheel, but yeah, at the no helm would be a ship. Let's just say at the helm. Uh, just yells 10 minutes until we're there. Better wake up, everyone, if you don't want to miss out on your payment. And with that, the merchant who has also been sleeping wakes up and asks you guys what are your plans for when you actually go to the city, and if you already have a place to stay.
I have a person to catch there. I truly do. And I don't have a place to stay. But any suggestions are very welcome.
Nor do I have a place to stay.
I'm in search of a good story, good meat, and good people. But at this point,
good-
I have found none of them. So
And
any
good-
accommodations would be welcome.
Yeah. A friend of mine owns a small tavern called the Yawning Snail. If you tell them that I sent you, he might even give you a small reduction in price. Or if you're really lucky, even a better room.
Tell me, Mage, do you know of anyone who would give a Goliath work, especially work requiring a great sword?
I mean, you can help me hunt people. There is always a payment for that. You'll
Well,
probably find
Well,
good
well,
people and good stories along the way, and a good fight. That I can guarantee.
you've piqued my interest. I will follow you for now.
There's also always work to be found just by listening to whoever has something to say in the taverns or just the town crier.
Thank you, Mage. Dear merchant.
Yes, I am not a mage. I think at least.
I'm sorry, the
Yeah, you
morning
have-
dew on my brain has not yet faded.
Yeah, you have the strongest superpower in the world, money.
Bia, what's your character's name?
A Finranor.
Oh,
I think I've shared it in
can
the
you say that
Discords.
again?
Finranor.
Finranol.
Yes. Tolkien-esque
So,
name.
Finranol, what type of people
Yes.
are you chasing?
Generally ones that have price on their heads. Most of the time they're bad people.
Will
Well,
these travels
always
take you
they're
far
bad
away?
people. Excuse me?
Will these travels take you to faraway places?
I've been to faraway places and I didn't like them.
So you want to stay in the city or the town?
I want to stay where the trail leads me. Because the trail just literally gives me money to survive.
Right. Okay, good to know.
My mage friend, you are increasingly more quiet nowadays. What's your opinion on the current event?
my opinion. Well, by myself, I'm going to the city. Well, not really with a purpose. I am in fact. It may seem strange, but I am in fact waiting on guidance. I only know that the almighty Catfish of Wisdom told me to go towards Berg.
Well,
And
join us if you want.
never revealed back then. I suppose. I hope.
I want to see more of this magic of yours. See how you handle yourself in a tavern, for instance.
Hmm. Something tells me that in our future, you will see and what we are capable of, and our metal will be tested.
I do hope so.
I have no doubt
Okay.
about your prowess, judging by your by the scars on your body.
Ah, the scars on my body each tell a different story. Maybe one day I will tell them to you.
Yeah, as he's talking about like tavern prowess, I'm gonna adjust my mitten on the right hand, and sparks start crackling around my hand. I'm basically using shocking grasp, but in an empty hand. Sort of strapping the mitten down on my hand. So you
By
hear a
the
little bit of
gods.
thunder crackling. I can assure you no gods were involved in making of this.
By the devil!
Mate, I think you misunderstood me. Okay, take it easier on yourself. Maybe read a book.
Books are not my take. I prefer the lessons of life. Going into the wild and learning what Mother Nature can teach me.
Yeah, Mother Nature. That's the reason for the crackling. Are we clear? It's not devils. Just take it easy, man.
You know what? I'm too tired for this. Just give me an ale and I'll tell you stories.
Yes, and as you're closing in on the city gates, the guards quickly stop the wagon. A small toll is paid, and the merchant hands all of you the base payment of 2 gold. He would have increased it if anything actually had happened. But this is probably enough in terms of free money for doing nothing.
Yeah, and having a sleep and food and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And with that, he says, yeah, he is parting ways from you, and let's say that he hopes that on the return journey, you would, in a few weeks, you would still be available, and hopefully, again, get paid for a journey without incident.
If the gold is right, you have my soul.
Yeah, we'll see if the gold is right, depending on how much of this oil can actually get sold. But currently, it doesn't look like we're having a blacksmith crisis or something, so odds are looking up.
If you're having trouble getting something sold, just call on me. I'm sure the sight of a Goliath will make a few merchants loosen their purses.
I'm not sure
I
if
don't think.
I would like to get a reputation of let's not call it blackmailing, but blackmailing people.
Intimidating people into buying things.
Yes,
Yeah, that always works.
that
I don't think it's
that sounds like a thing that
the
might
best
get the guards involved at some point, and I wouldn't want that.
Let them
Absolutely.
come.
Okay.
I turn to our bard and I minor illusion like stuff written in Elvish. He's very loud, isn't it? Like with the magical PowerPoint. Guys?
Wait, who did you say that to?
I didn't say it. I used minor illusion to create writings in the air saying he's very loud in Elvish. So that he doesn't understand me.
Uh-huh.
What language did you write it in?
Elvish. Can you read? That's the better question.
Yes.
Good question. I have no idea. But I can't speak Elvish, so Elvish is off the table.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
are we going to it?
on a hand, Des can read Elvish.
I can read Elvish. Well, you guys said you wanted to go to a tavern.
I wanted to find a place to stay, and you said you have a place to stay, so maybe we can explore that possibility first.
Me? I never said I have a place to stay.
Oh, maybe I misheard you. Okay, yeah, sure, let's find this tavern. Do we have like instructions on how to find it?
Yes, those could probably be those could be easily obtained by just asking the guards.
Okay.
The Yawning Snail?
Yes.
Am I remembering correctly? Yes.
Welcoming all the slow and tired.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's certainly about us.
Although, like I said, it's basically at the crack of dawn right now.
So it's high noon, right? Or it's early morning.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
early
sure,
morning.
you said.
Well, I don't know if the tavern will be open yet.
If it has like place to stay, it should be, because people are getting up early, having breakfast, and just heading out.
Let's hope.
Yeah, most taverns that actually offer beds to stay in would also be open early and probably be selling breakfast.
I guess. I've never stayed in a tavern, so I don't know.
About
Do I
that's
see any
rarely
other people
happens.
Do I
Yes,
see any other
Umgras?
people around?
Yeah.
Do I see any other people around? Sorry.
Yes, the city streets are quite lively. There's just people walking around. Near the gate, it's mostly a residential district, so there's not like any special shops or anything. Just people
I
walking
grab the
around.
nearest person by the shoulder and tell him, "My good man, please do give me directions to the nearest tavern." And by the nearest, I mean the Yawning Snail.
We're already there, I think. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Roll intimidation check.
The man currently seems seems a little shocked. I have no ideas about taverns. I live in the city in a house. You should probably either ask the guards or a nearby drunkard or something.
Where are the guards, my friend?
You have literally just walked past the guard post, like at the city entrance.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
And I'm gonna do minor illusion again towards the guy, and it says, "Don't worry, he's not contagious."
I do not understand this devil speak you create in the air. But is it something about me?
Actually, yes. It tells everybody the story of you slaying the giant wolf.
Oh, thank you. You exploit my greatness to everyone.
Yeah, I'm
You,
just
my
spreading the
friend,
word. I'm your hype
you, my
man.
friend,
Yes.
have gotten ile from me.
I don't drink, but I'll be happy to be your hype man in the future.
Well then, hype man, follow me to the guards. And then I head over to the guards.
Yes, the first, the first guard there just greets you with, "Oh, heading back out so soon?"
No, my good sir. I am in fact looking for good ale. Where is the Yawning Snail?
Um, the Yawning Snail. Uh, and he just gives you directions. Um, I'm not just going to say a random combination of turn left, turn right, whatever. But
Thank you, guard. And just tell me, where would a good Goliath find some good combat around here?
I guess you can always look at the blackboard or talk to the town crier. There's probably something to do. I've heard of the nearby duke that offers payment for anyone having finding out any information about a contact of his from whom he hasn't got any messages lately.
What's
Please
his
give me
guy's
the.
name?
I don't know many details about it. Just heard some talk from passers-by. You'd be best advised to just look at the blackboard.
Black what?
Blackboard.
All right, sure.
Or town board or whatever. It's basically just a big like cork board with parchments or whatever text medium with stuff on it attached to it.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm a smart guy. What it was you wanted to ask?
I just bend down and thank the guard by slapping him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Does he falls over?
The guard mostly he kind of winces in pain a little, but he's the tough guy. He doesn't fully fall over and tries to keep his composure.
Imagine
I'd
traveling
say-
with him for a week. He's a very strong guy.
Why, thank you, my friend.
Yes, I'm assuming that also has
Yeah.
advantages.
It does. I don't need to carry my own stuff when he's around. And then I just sort of like biting my own tongue because Finrona would just place his load into your character's backpack and then secretly pulling it back every time, sort of forcing you to carry it around.
I would gladly carry your weight, my friend, for all that you've done to me, especially announcing my story to the general people of this great town. And I stare around at this town just with this typical dumb smile on my face.
Okay.
And as you guys are heading towards the tavern, I will take a quick break to refill my water.
Okay.
All right.
Feel free to do the same. I will also deafen. Will I deafen Discord? No, I will just mute myself.
Okay, I'll be happy then.
I'm here.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
I guess Lockwork is not here. But I will take this moment where not everybody is here to actually put the channel into chat. Why is it actually not showing? Did I mistype something? Oh. This is just a link, so it's not HTTPS. It needs to be HTTP, I think, yes. Because it's just connecting to Twitch. I probably should also do that for HTTPS, but that's completely unrelated. So,
Just a quick question before we go on. How much gold did the merchant give us?
2 gold, I think.
yes.
Thank you.
Gold?
Yeah, 2. Split among each other. Not per person.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's not
I'm
the
just gonna
most demanding. It's not the most demanding job.
I'm just gonna remove myself from the cut if that's the case.
I should have cracked his
I would
freaking.
5 silver for each.
Yes, basically.
That little shit.
If you want, I can torment him without end.
I can flail him and skin him without effort. While he's still alive.
That sounds rather drastic. And with that, you're making your way towards the tavern. Coming past a few like street vendors selling whatever kinds of food, and like soothsayers stand thingy before actually arriving at the tavern, which is kind of situated like in the like trade quarters, basically.
Do these soothsayers address any of us as we walk by?
They are doing like the typical calling out to any people, but one of them actually signals towards our dear mage, and
I'm back.
okay, I didn't know you you were still gone. I kind of just assumed you were there because you were muted. But as I said, one of the soothsayers actually directly addresses our mage, saying that she senses magical aura about him.
I cast detect magic immediately. Well, not immediately. It takes 10 minutes, but I cast detect magic.
Are you now? Will you now stand 10 minutes, like in the street, to ritual cast detect magic?
I'm pretty sure I can do that like while slow walking.
Okay, so you're kind of walking away from her while doing like whatever ritualistic casting motions you will do with your eye glowing bright.
Yeah, it does glow bright. It does glow bright gray.
I fear demon work may be afoot. This mind's eyes are glowing bright. What the hell?
Jesus. Oh, who the hell is Jesus? By the spirits, man, I slayed people who worship demons. You're safe with me.
Are you
And
sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Just remind me not to get you drunk. I don't want every demony you are working with to affect me.
Luckily for you, I don't drink and smoke and do drugs.
By the way,
Well, I don't do drugs.
by mentioning they are addressing the mage, I was talking about Elrond and yeah,
Yes, I suppose so.
yes.
Well, he's advancing towards the. It was a woman.
Yes, it's an old-looking woman.
Bloody hag.
Arhand is going towards her, makes a courteous bow. Good morning, madam.
Um, yes. You do seem to have an aura about you that I sometimes sense among uh, the companions I traveled with here. Would you be in any way be connected to any circuses or traveling whatever associations or any other guild of guild related to soothsaying or reading people's fortunes, foreseeing the future?
Belonging to a circus or a guild? No. I have been taught by a wizard, and my inclination was towards divination. And I also, although it's not my doing, I do get or grant or I'm being granted visions of things that were, that are, and that are to be by a higher being.
Are we by any chance
Have you heard?
are we by any chance talking about a very fishy being?
If you're talking about the almighty Catfish of Wilston, yes.
Ah,
It shows me for some reason I do not know, and it has not revealed it to me. Nor is he, she obliged to do so.
um, do you actually know many things about the Catfish of Wilston?
No, not really. Just that it spoke to me and told me that it wanted me to be its servant.
Yes, that is
Or its follower, more
that
correctly.
is a thing that haven't heard much from its followers. Most of them actually choose him and not the other way around. He tends to be the patron deity of our trade. But if you ever have any problems finding a place to stay or any similar thing, you can just ask around any members of circuses or similar things. They will probably grant a fellow brother in faith a place to stay.
Thank you, most gracious.
Yes, hope to see from you or hear from you soon. Or see from you in the future, but that I could also do now. Yeah, anyway, see you around.
Yes.
Just thinking of health.
Same-
Am I just
same
as
to
weird
me.
with my magic? Oh, sorry, you were talking. Sorry, continue. Yeah, continue.
And-
Continue, please.
Oh, thank you. And I say to the old woman, thank you. Well, who knows? Maybe that our paths will cross again. I wish you a pleasant day, and who knows? And
I'm sure they will.
Arahant makes a courteous bow again, and if nothing else, he rejoins the party unless there are other people calling.
No, not really.
And he rejoins.
I call to the hag. I call to the hag and I ask her, "Dear hag, do you see a glorious mead in my future?"
Yes, I see lots of flagons of meat in your future. Although the gloriousness of those might differ.
By the gods, I must immediately pass into my future right now.
Be careful what you wish for.
Shut up, demon mage.
I can help you guide or be guided to your future.
Well, seeing as you're a good guide and you follow a catfish, I'm gonna pass on that.
Also, have you heard of Night Enchanters?
Wait, what did you ask?
I asked the barbarian, did he hear about Night Enchanters? Because he called me a demon mage, which is quite the opposite of what I am.
Night Enchanter just sounds another name to a demon mage for me. Demon mage.
Oh, I'm just gonna roll my eyes so far up that I can see the back of my eye sockets.
Demon mage, demon mage, demon mage!
Yeah,
I'm gonna fake an epileptic seizure.
yes, the townsfolk are kinda staring weirdly at you two guys, being
I wonder
similarly
why.
concerned about the barbarians' mental well-being, as well as some of them about an apparent demon mage.
I mean, come on, it should be like at least somewhat. Okay, never mind. Fuck
Yeah,
them. If
some people
some of them know
might
what
know.
I am, yeah. Okay.
Some might know, some might not.
My character says under my, like, she goes under her, she's like, why am I here?
Do we hear that?
Depends on how loud she's saying that under her breath.
It was pretty quiet.
Okay.
Maybe you hear me mumble, but I'm guessing you wouldn't really be able to, like, hear what I say properly.
Yeah, I would have no idea because I'm looking at the mighty beastie barbarian in front of me.
Are you still actually casting Detect Magic?
I mean, probably not. You just dispel it and the eye stops glowing. Well, not dispelling, just stop the ritual. I can cast it at will.
Yes.
Anyways.
That's enough demon magic for me. I'm heading to the tavern. I need an ale.
I'm gonna create a mind illusion of an ale mug and give it to him.
Not your demon ale. I need real ale.
Come on, am I?
Yes, gentlefolk. Yes, gentlefolk. Let's go to the tavern.
I try and
Yawning
kick down. I try and kick down through my frustration the tavern's doors.
It's quite upper class. Like it's not like super like easy to break tavern door. Like it's a pretty big proper tavern with a door
Like
of
reinforced
massive
door?
hole. Yeah, basically, just give me an athletics check.
Yay!
Okay, I'm rolling for athletics.
Was it like? Oh, you rolled a 19. Was it like your first roll? I think it was.
Yeah.
So add your prof and add your strength. So that's 5 plus 3, so 8, I think, right?
Wait,
So
where did?
roll 20.
Oh yeah, that.
In
So
roll 20.
Oh yeah, the.
his first roll was 19, and then
Oh yeah, his
that was
strength
strength
save
save.
and his athletics are the same anyway. We'll just take the 24 and you at least break the door mechanism and just kick it open. It would be kind of weird for it to go down like the other way. But yeah, you kind of broke it out on like the handle side, basically.
As this happens, do I see the tavern, the innkeep?
Yes, you see him behind the bar and looking at you with a mixture of anger and trying to figure out what you're all about written on his face.
Innkeep, I've had a long day and I need a strong ale before I die.
He also need a good fight. I remark like from behind his back, like he couldn't see me.
Yeah, that would be one copper piece for the ale and one silver piece for the door.
I toss a silver piece and a copper piece to the innkeep.
Thank you very much for your patronage.
Give me my ale.
Yes, and he quickly hands you an ale.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask the barkeep if he has any herbs, like precious herbs and a brazier. And I say to him, I've lost a friend recently, and to compensate for this loss, I need some precious herbs and a brazier to commemorate him. Do you have some? Herbs should worth at least 10 gold pieces, by the way. Maybe you have some spices, like actual spices that are,
Yes,
expensive.
I might need to ask around in the kitchen. Do you
Take your
think
time.
would 10 gold's worth, 10 gold coins worth of saffron suffice?
Maybe like 1 gram because it's highly expensive spice.
Yes.
Actually highly expensive.
Yes.
Maybe even less than that.
Yeah.
Like like a flower blossom, something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
it will do. Okay, I'm
It's
gonna wait.
yeah.
It's like
It's really
super
weird
expensive.
how that spell kind of adjusts at to the market price rate.
I'm not the smartest of the Goliaths, but did you just somehow talk yourself out of a good deal?
You are actually not the smartest out of all Goliaths. I need exactly the herbs exactly for 10 gold pieces and a brazier.
Um.
Regardless of my desire, if those herbs if they cost less, the spell wouldn't work. So there is no way in which I can just rig this deal. I can make it more expensive for myself. Always that's not what I want to do. So yeah, 10 gold pieces of saffron worth of saffron. That will suffice.
Yeah. The barkeep returns with a small vial with just a few strings of saffron in it.
Okay, and the brazier. So I am putting it, and I take out the
I
chalk
don't
piece.
think the barkeep owns. It's selling any
It's
brazers.
basically any metal cup would do.
Yeah. Okay. A metal cup he should have. Yes.
He's getting a pint of beer cup.
I'm not getting anything apart from cup and herbs. So yeah, I assume we're like at the Snail Tavern, right?
Yes.
This. Yeah. So I also want to ask him for a room because I need an hour to do this ritual.
Would you just want to rent it for an hour, or are you planning to stay here for longer?
I'm planning to stay like for a long time here.
Should I book a room for all of you, or just
Oh,
you?
I guess that me and my Goliathan will stand in the same room. I wouldn't want to stay in the same room with the lady, you know. That would be inappropriate.
Okay. So does that mean you
As-
guys want 3 rooms? 2 rooms?
I guess. One for the mage and his catfish, one for me and my
Sure.
buddy, and one for the lady. If you don't mind. Tea?
My,
What did you
my
say?
catfish, my catfish.
I just said sure.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, that would be 7 pieces. Oh no, that's kind of more expensive. This would be 2 silver pieces per room.
Okay. Let me
Also,
remember.
room
what's
per
what's
night,
the what's
or-
wait what's the guy who owned the carriage's name?
Ferdinand.
Didn't he say that if we know him, say that we know him, and then we'll get a cheaper room?
Well, I don't remember that, but you can type right in if you want to.
Yes, that's what I say.
Yes, he did
Uh,
so. He did so. He told so.
yes. He would. Ferdinand sent you. I guess you were on guard duty for him.
Yes.
Guards and warriors like you must stay well fed at all times. So let me knock off a little bit of the price. Let's go for 1 silver, 8 copper, and you get a free 2 meals per day.
Okay.
I thank you, barkeep, for your generous deal. But does that also apply to the bead?
Did you just say weed?
Mead, ale.
Oh yes.
Weed would work also. I'm not going to interject if you
de-
offer weed.
depends on the amount of ale you intend on drinking.
You see that barrel over there? Two of
Yes,
them.
that's wine.
It's all ale. I don't give a damn how it tastes.
That might be a little too expensive to give out for free. But yeah, for the cheaper stuff, we surely can give you a few, like 1 or 2 kegs, not kegs, pints per meal.
Fine, I'll take it.
Yes, and
how do I call you, barkeep?
my name is David.
David.
Yes.
Pleased to meet you. I am Arahant.
Nice to meet you as well, dear sir.
A little question. How much would a keg of ale or mead cost?
A keg of ale or mead? Honestly, depending on what brand of stuff it is, the barrel might actually be the most expensive part of it. You can get one of the big kegs of the cheap stuff for like 2 silver.
And better stuff, how much?
That goes. It would go up to like probably 20 coins of platinum for like the most expensive brand.
By the gods.
Yes.
Yeah, drinking is expensive. That's why I don't do it.
What is that ale made of?
Well,
Dragon blood.
It
well,
partially
in
might
that
be.
case, and Arahant is placing 2 silver pieces on the counter. Well, can you give then a keg or a barrel of the mead to my giant companion here?
I see a man of class in front of me. I thank you,
Why
mate.
are you humoring him? What?
Shall I deliver it to your rooms?
No,
This will
thank
get
you.
interesting. Are you gonna just deny our barbarian his keg of ale?
Ah,
You know, actually, I don't care. If he wants it, then he can have it.
I am
Good choice, Al.
offering it to him. So
I
I
down
paid
the
the keg
frickin'.
and I decided to give it to him.
you're downing the whole barrel.
Yes.
Roll a con save.
Yeah, give me a Constitution save. Not only for like the amount of alcohol, you might even die of like hyperhydration or something. Yeah,
I'm
that
fine.
Is it permitted? The DM, is it permitted that while he is starting to drink and gulp the beer,
Resistance?
may Arahant give him a little A little pat on the shoulder will he's quite tall, but may he give him a little pat? And,
I'm sitting down so you can reach my shoulder.
Okay. Well, I'm tapping his shoulder, and I am giving him, if it's permitted by you, guidance.
Yes, that would be permitted.
But it
You
wouldn't
may
work
roll
on saving throws.
1d4 on your save.
Guidance
It's resistance that does that.
Guidance
Guidance
and skill
does not.
checks.
Yeah.
Not
It's
saves.
only oh well.
Resistance does 1d4. I mean, we have bardic inspiration, but somehow I doubt it will be used here.
Yes.
I'm just drinking.
You are.
Okay, time to use Shocking Grasp to restart his heart. I love this game.
You.
My character's watching in disbelief.
You manage to down like basically the first liter before you start sputtering and need to stop to basically go for air, and your head starts spinning, and for the rest of the day your dexterity modifier is reduced by 2 points. And probably your intelligence also. And maybe your wisdom. Yeah, and your wisdom as well. Honestly, I guess it would be more wisdom than intelligence.
That's like just pulling out the wrong card from deck of many cards.
Yeah, but it's only for a day.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so intelligence and wisdom -4 and dexterity -2.
I said -2 for everything, but you can take the -4 if you want to. I just said
I think he
-2 for
gave
all
you the
three.
resulting scores. I think he gave you the resulting scores.
Oh, fuck.
No, not the result.
Also, he cannot go further than -2. So even if you have like 5 intelligence, you still have -2.
Yes. Yeah.
I am wasted.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
You
you
think?
are. I will then have the rest of the bell delivered upwards, and he rings a bell for 2 bar servants to come and lift it up. I don't know, is there a gender neutral term for barmaid? I don't know.
Yeah, just a bartender.
The waiter?
A waiter,
Oh,
yes,
waiter
that
and
would
waitress.
work.
Or like front of the house, that's sometimes
Yeah.
called. Neutrally.
Basically two waiters. Yeah.
What happened to me after I drank the amount I drank?
Your head is spinning. You kind of have like twin vision. You didn't manage to fully knock yourself out though.
This meat is nothing. I've drank stronger ale with dwarves.
I think now I realize where those 2 cut off fingers coming from.
You have no idea. That day we drank wine from the gods. I think it was Elven. Or was it Gnomish? Or perhaps was it Orcish? I do not remember. Why is the room spinning? This is so strange.
The room is
feel
spinning
as
because
if-
of my demonic magic, by the way. You're welcome.
I will cut off your heads to fix this demonic magic, you freaking mage.
Yeah, I'm gonna minor illusion my head in my palm. And she's gonna jungle it.
The Goliath just stares in disbelief at what's happening. He's enchanted by this. My friend, your head. Why is it so majestically like a ball? Just
Yeah,
floating.
you called me demon mage multiple times, like up to this point. Take your guess.
So you are a demon mage. By the gods, I knew it.
Kind of. I'm just gonna throw it to him. Hey, catch, and dispel it in the air.
I try and catch it, but I fall over.
Right, I have a familiar to summon. My faithful friend.
Just quickly, as I hit the floor, I take a long rest. I'm sleeping. I'm out.
Okay, taking
I'm
the
gonna
long rest at the beginning of the day.
braid. Yeah, I'm gonna braid hair on his chest.
Oh. What?
What
we
the
not-
fuck?
Deal with it.
How?
Am I watching this?
Yes.
You see, she's kind of have like. She's just watching in disbelief. She's. Oh, okay.
I turn to her and I ask, "Never been in all guys' company? Well, you're welcome."
She kind of rolls her eyes and looks away. It's like,
When you went to college, were there separate dormitories for guys and girls?
I didn't go to college. I was
All bards
tutored
go to
by-
college.
No. College
No?
drama.
How?
Tutored by a fae.
Okay. That explains a lot.
I didn't tell you that in game though, so like, don't. I told you that out of game.
So yeah, I'm
As
still
this
assuming you went to
convers-
college.
Pardon? What did you say?
I'm still assuming you go to college then. You went to college, that is.
Ah, well,
Oh, I
I
mean,
self-taught myself.
okay.
As this conversation is taking place, there begins a godlike snoring traveling throughout the room.
Does your cat have beard, by the way, Arthur? I don't know if Goliath can have beards, but does it have beard? Does he have beard?
Nope, he's completely bald.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't even braid anything on his chest because I think he said he doesn't have hair anywhere.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
draw some stuff on. I'm gonna draw some stuff on his chest then.
I'm laying on my
assuming with
stomach, so I'm
minor
guessing it's on my.
Okay, on your back. I'm gonna write that shit's behind me on his back.
When he goes to write on his back, I like kind of grab his hand. I'm like, don't. There's no point.
What did you say?
Don't. I grab your hand before you start writing. I'm like, just stop.
I mean, why?
It's me.
He'll appreciate it.
He
I
won't be able
don't
to
think
see it.
so.
He won't be able to see it.
Well, unless you tell him, and it's not something offensive. It's just a pun. I'm sure he would appreciate a pun.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm awful. I know. You'll have to tolerate me. I'm sorry.
Can I just go to my room now? I'm going,
You can.
I'm going to my room. Have fun.
It's still like around 8 a.m.
I don't care. She goes up to her room.
Day
She's
drinking,
She's
yay!
gonna hide in her room as long as she can.
Yeah. So,
Right, I'm gonna get up to my room and summon familiar. And I'm not even bothering trying to move this giant of a man to our room.
yeah, at
Well,
some point,
When
a few waiters will just lift him up to his room.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think a few weights is not gonna be enough.
Like, how much
Yeah.
do you actually weigh?
250.
His size is large, I think, or borderline large. So yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it will be more dragging with like 3 waiters just dragging him up the stairs
Do they drag me
Watch-
feet by the feet or by the head?
by the head.
Chain.
Okay.
You are creating too much future revenue to drag you up by the feet.
Yay!
Also, didn't someone mention that there are like fighting pits?
Um, fighting pits?
Yeah, you said the Goliath asked if there is a place where he could find a good fight, and someone said that there is a place to find fights.
Um, I was
Yo.
I was referring to like a work for people who can fight, not actual fighting pits.
Oh, I still want to investigate that opportunity if I can, because they just started.
Um, yeah,
And
so
I'm gonna ask someone my familiar first, and then I can be at 2 places at once.
Yeah, when he's casting his familiar, what does my room look like?
the rooms are relatively big rooms. There's actually like a barrel of fresh water in there. It has an actual like pretty nice bed, like not a bed for royalty or anything, but like a fully functional like proper bed that's big enough for 2 people. It has a wardrobe, though there's nothing in it, and that's like and like a desk and a chair.
Okay. I'm going to make. Is any of the party still downstairs?
Um, if what? If any
Is any of the party still downstairs?
I don't think we've heard of the mage yet.
Yes, well, what Arhant will do is when the elven lady goes upstairs, and and our half elf will go to summon his familiar. Arahant will wait a bit downstairs beside the Goliath, and when he's sure that both of his companions are up, he will use prestidigitation to clean the writing from the back of the Goliath,
Though
and will
I
and will
didn't do it. She stopped me.
oh, okay, well, and in that case he will just he will order a cup of tea, if that's possible,
Yeah,
and he
that
will
would be on the house now.
and he will he will take watch upon the Goliath.
Yes. Um. So, what was the bard's next thing to do? Kanashi, you asked about where the party is.
Yes, it is. So I'm going. So the mage is still downstairs.
Yes.
Cut out.
Sorry, I got disconnected.
The mage is still downstairs, right?
Yes.
I can hear you. So she's gonna go downstairs, and she's going to be as quiet as possible, and she's going to walk out the front door.
Okay.
Should I roll like stealth so he doesn't notice me?
Yes, do that. Afterwards, if you
It's
don't
hard
get
to not
um
notice here.
I
I got a
mean
5.
that
Oh,
would
shit.
be drastically below his passive perception. He definitely sees you heading out.
I just pray to God that he doesn't start talking to me.
A shy bard. Something very rare, like cleric who's an atheist.
Well, it happens.
She's not shy,
She's
she's just doesn't really like some
We
of the
don't know
people.
that.
I guess you don't. Does he
Well,
make conversation with me?
Well, he looks at you when you're going out to the door, but he's not. He's just making a little wave with the hand, or making a courteous nod with the head, and there's nothing else. In his eyes, she's just going out, and well, it's a tavern, it's a free world, so
Okay. Where are you actually
Wait,
heading to?
can I say something first?
Okay.
She goes, "It was very nice to meet you and I hope we meet again." Should I roll deception?
I don't know
Only
which
if you're
part
lying.
of that
I
was a
got
lie.
14. I got a 14.
you do not you don't need to if you want. Arhant will take you up your word. Don't worry.
Gladly.
So where are you actually headed?
She wants to go to like a bookstore or just like a library, if there's one there.
You will probably find a bookstore. Would you be asking around or just looking for one on your own?
I'd ask around.
Yeah, you find a bookstore within 20 minutes. You're kind of in the trade district. There will be people selling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking for like. She's looking for like books on Elven history.
Elven history.
Yes.
There are multiple books on the history of different Elvish nations. Like depending on what race of elves and just what place you're specifically interested in.
She doesn't know any places. She's adopted. She's never like been with elves.
Yeah, then there will be just a book on the history of like Elvish settlements in the region and their traditions.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go up to him. I'll be well, them. I don't know who's selling the book. I'll be like, how much for the book?
This would let me check if I still have copies of this one left or yeah, I still have a few left. This would be 5 pieces of copper.
Okay. That's what I
Books
give
are
him then.
super cheap there.
I mean, it's not a big book.
Also, like, there is literally a spell to write books in D&D, so they would be inexpensive.
Yeah. I
There's
think
also like a
that
spell to
spell.
create food, so food shouldn't be expensive as well.
The thing with that is the spell to write books. You're talking about scribe?
I don't remember which one, but basically you can write down books when just noting, just saying stuff, and it will write it down for you. It's
Oh.
either a spell or a magic item. I just don't remember which one exactly
I
it is.
just remember a cantrip which lets you copy books, but it still consumes the ink and the paper and stuff.
Yeah, but the main part of the book's expensiveness was time, not the ink
Yeah.
and parchment.
But yeah, you successfully bought a book.
No. Is there any like other types of? Is it like all just book places or like the street?
No, the street has a bunch of different types of shops. Although it's mostly, let's say, more shops aimed at like higher class people.
Okay. Okay, that's fine then.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
Just a
you're
quick-
looking for anything else specific.
No, I just want to see what was there. I'm gonna just go back to my room then.
Okay.
Is the mage still in my room, watching over me?
I mean, he's not in your room. I'm in your room, summoning a familiar.
Ah, okay, you're in my room, summoning familiar. Okay, cool. As you hear me snoring, you suddenly hear me begin to mumble, and this mumbling sounds like a name.
Can I discern the name, or is it just gibberish?
Right now, it still sounds like gibberish.
Okay. I'm making a mental note to ask about it.
Yes.
Nah, trust me. It's gonna become interesting.
A question about our barbarian. Can I use some of that water to just splash him in the face to wake him up when I leave the room? Because I wanted to find like a fighting occupation for him,
Yes.
and it's gonna be hard without him.
Yes, you can try to wake him up with water.
Yeah, so water, then resort to slapping if water doesn't work.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I guess
I
he
mean,
can
water
decide.
water should work.
I guess he can decide at what point he wants to wake up.
If you splash me with water, I'll wake up, and not in a bad mood.
I'm gonna say, come on, big guy, let's find a big fight for you. I have several ideas.
As I wake up, you suddenly see my eyes, instead of green, are red. And I wake up and say, fine. That idiot had enough meat for a while now, but fine, I'll follow you for a job. I need money anyway. Let's go.
Darling, what's your name?
What did you just call me?
Darling?
Say that again, I'll rip out your throat.
Darling?
My name is Rudra.
Oh, name would work too. Okay, I'll remember that. Are you guys like? Do you pay him do you pay him rent for you staying in his body, or it's vice versa?
Mage, you haven't even had the slightest of clues what's going on. You find me a job, and I'll explain to you what's going on.
Okay, let's get out, big guy. And Yeah, I'm gonna send Familia to just scout ahead. To basically find two things. First one being this work opportunity that the guys mentioned.
Let's find
Right,
the
right.
Duke and whatever the hell he wants.
Which Duke?
Did he disconnect again? He disconnected again? Um,
I don't know.
um,
Sorry, I got disconnected again.
Is it like happening because of your internet or because you accidentally keep clicking something?
The first time happened because my Discord froze, and the second time happened because I accidentally clicked exit.
Okay. So a mixture.
Yeah.
Right
Actually, the
then.
first time was because I was muted for too long and nothing happened, so it sent me out.
Ah. I can remove the AFK channel.
Thank you.
Or that there is no AFK channel, I think that's the problem, but just the AFK concept. No, there shouldn't be a timeout.
Okay, then it was probably my internet. But anyway, let's continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you want to head towards the town's blackboard.
Indeed.
Do I catch them on the way out of the tavern because I'm like heading back?
Yes, you do. You come across each
Okay.
other. Does the mage also want to follow everyone heading out?
Well, probably yes, to make it easier on the DM.
I mean, if you just keep being in the tavern, it would also not cause problems.
Because at one time or another, Arahant would search for the circus or the guild with the old woman, because he doesn't he wants to know more about the almighty Catfish of Wilston, because besides of his name and the fact that it's in his mind a deity, he does not know many things about it. He thinks he has been chosen by it, but it's more that he has had a calling or something like that, like many priests and clerics do. But yeah, it's still nebulous for him. So at one point or another, he will go in search of that old woman or another soothsayer, and try to find out what it is actually.
Yes. One of the two. You don't meet the old woman again on the street, but one of the soothsayers hands you like advertisement handout for a traveling circus that's in town this week.
No. And how long?
It
How long will it
opens.
stay?
It opens only in the afternoon, though.
Okay.
This is very unfortunate.
Yes.
Do you know when we cross paths, me and the other two?
Yes. Once you leave the bookstore to, I guess, look around, they are basically heading your way. They are also like still in your sides had at that conversation didn't really last long. So if you want, you can still follow them.
Yes, I would, because those are the only familiar faces he has seen in the last couple of days. So
Can she's gonna go up towards and be like, so where are you guys going?
We're looking for a fight. I guess you don't approve of that.
I don't care.
Good.
you want to go into a brawl?
Not precisely. We're just gonna go ahead and look for some troubles up on our heads.
Yes, and as you make your way towards the town's blackboard, on it you find the opportunity previously advertised to you by the guards. It is from a duke called Ashwhite, who has lost contact with his contact in a small village called Hinterstedt. I guess that sounds too German. Let's make it Hinterstedt.
No, it's fine. It's up to you. It's your setting. It's your setting. Does it look like does the description of the guy, the contact, look familiar with the person I'm supposed to find and bring back?
It doesn't look familiar to that man. It is a name you have heard before. Unlike your duty as a soldier, he was one of the people who, or a duke who often financed mercenary operations to fight back any types of cultists and whatever.
Oh. I think I recognize this guy. He might be a decent person. We should totally find him and bring him back. At least, I think I should.
Like,
Uh,
it's not he who's missing, it's his contact who's missing.
yeah. That's what I mean. By extension, Duke would have decent people around him. That's what I mean.
He's always known to be like a pretty weird, eccentric guy, though.
I mean, I don't think I am to judge of people eccentricity given what I am. All right. So, are there like any indications of a fight that might happen there, or like is it dangerous, or is just find, extract, and bring back alive unharmed, something like that, right?
What was the kind of guy you were supposed to bring back? Did you ever
Oh,
specify
yeah.
that?
Yeah, we'll do that later if you don't mind. I
Okay.
have an idea in mind.
So, I just got a message by Umbra that his internet basically is fully down right now.
Okay.
So I think even though we only played for 2.5 hours, we might wrap it up for this week and hopefully come back in 2 weeks with less technical difficulties and everything, and actually, starting at a proper time.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, seems good to me.
I would have
Yeah, same.
only gone
for
for like, I guess, 1 hour 30 minutes more, really, because after that, the neighbor might not appreciate me talking out loud. So,
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
so basically, the usual limit for sessions would be 4 hours.
Mhm.
Yes. Anyone want to say anything specific before we end?
Specific about the character or the adventure?
Um, yeah, just anything they want to get out in character before we end first, and then just stuff about the adventure.
Mhm. No, not really. Except the fact that that Arahant is will be seeking more information about the almighty catfish of wisdom. But
Yes,
apart from that,
that would happen in that day's afternoon, probably.
Mhm.
Um,
okay.
yeah. Do you want to shout anything out or something?
Not really.
Okay. Then I will end the stream for today, and yeah, have a good one, everyone.